Sources say it's over. Orlando Bloom has checked out. And the signs were there for months. From Katy Perry's cringe tour to therapy confessions and a possibly repurposed engagement ring, this breakup has layers. And we're unpacking all of it. Page 6 isn't mincing words. It's over. But there's a catch. They're reportedly waiting until Katy Perry's Lifetimes tour ends on December 7th to make the split official. That means Katy's spending months performing on stage while quietly navigating a relationship death spiral behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Orlando Bloom is already popping up solo, spotted in Miami last month without her. Sources told People that the backlash to her album 143 and its lukewarm tour deeply frustrated Katy and caused serious tension with Orlando. She tried to play it cool, but insiders say she cared a lot more than she let on. Katy Perry's Lifetimes tour was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it became a meme. Clips went viral for all the wrong reasons: awkward dancing, space-themed chaos, and one fan even said she looked like she was glitching. Another joked, "Zero gravity, zero talent."
People are saying Katy Perry's newest tour is one of the worst concerts they've ever experienced. As you can tell from this clip, not only is the dancing so bad, but the choreography is also so laughably bad that it feels like she spent more time in space than in the rehearsal room. I mean, seriously, what is this? With people saying this is what they feel like the Australian breakdancer would be doing if she had her own concert. When it comes down to it, I think she's just trying to have her Taylor Swift moment, but she's not Taylor Swift, and I don't think she could ever imitate that, and when she does, it just looks terrible.
Katy took the hits harder than people realized. She admitted, "You shouldn't read when it's good. You shouldn't read when it's bad." But let's be honest, she read it. All of it. After Katy's Blue Origin flight, where she kissed the ground like it was salvation, Page 6 insiders say things between her and Orlando peaked, and then plummeted. And honestly, that checks out. Ever since that launch, he's been distant, absent, and emotionally off-grid. So here's the deal. Orlando and Katy, they've been speaking two completely different emotional languages for years. He once said, "We're in two very different pools." Like, metaphorically, not just LA versus London. He means her world. He doesn't get it. And his? She's not really swimming in it either. Katy's over here being all, "I do have needs. I do need help." And you can feel it. She's trying to open up. But if one person's treading water while the other's chilling poolside, yeah, someone's going to drown. They went to couples therapy, which is fine. Therapy's great. But also, kind of says a lot. Because if you need a licensed third party just to understand each other, you might be forcing something that just doesn't click. Katy once said, "When I crumble, he steps in and becomes that anchor." Sweet, right? But lately, the anchor's missing. She's out here doing press, doing shows, doing the most, and he's in Miami. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the ring that went nowhere. They got engaged in 2019. It's now 2025. That's not taking your time. That's practically a real estate lease with options to renew. And to make it juicier, a fan pointed out Orlando gave Katy a ring identical to the one he gave his ex-fiancée. Not similar, identical. Girl, I mean, when you've got Orlando Bloom money, you don't have to recycle rings. Katy once said, "We argue hot and fast and then cool really quickly. But when you're trying to raise a kid and plan a life, that gets old real fast." She called it LA arguing. Like, yell, cry makeup, pretend it's all love again. But when the cycle never stops, that's not passion, that's emotional whiplash. Now let's get real. There's a little girl in the middle of all this. Katy and Orlando share a daughter, Daisy, who's 4 now. But with Katy on tour until December and Orlando, well, in Florida, it's not exactly giving happy family. Page 6 says they're not living the same lives anymore. And let's be honest, when both parents are that busy, someone else is probably doing most of the parenting. And sure, nannies are great, but emotional stability, that doesn't come with a paycheck. Kids don't care about tours, they care who's home. Quick question, would you stay in a relationship just to keep things together for a kid? Or do you believe in calling it when it's done? Drop your take in the comments. Seriously, we want to hear it. And if you're into celebrity deep dives with a little drama and a lot of real talk, hit like and subscribe. You ever hear of a scheduled breakup? Because that's what this is. According to Page 6, Orlando's literally waiting for Katy's tour to end so they can split. Not might. Will. They just don't want to go public until after the final show. I get it. They're trying to keep it clean for the fans, the press, maybe even Daisy. But come on. When you're timing the exit like a press rollout, that says it all. This isn't heartbreak, it's PR. So let's rewind the tape for a second. Katy actually admitted she wasn't in the right headspace when they first got together. On Call Her Daddy, she said, "We weren't really in it from day one."
So what happened was we weren't like really in it from day one. I mean, he was in a way because he had just done a huge time of celibacy and he had set intentions, and I was fresh out of a relationship and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I need to go into a swim in a different pond.
Orlando had just finished some big celibacy journey. Katy, she was fresh out of a breakup, emotionally raw, and, as she put it, needed to swim in a different pond. Let's be honest, that doesn't scream soulmate connection. That sounds like two people in totally different seasons of life, forcing a vibe. Let's talk about the internet for a sec. Because Katy's fans, they turned fast. Tour footage was roasted. The space mission became a meme. And one person deadass said that Blue Origin flight was the peak of her relationship. Like, ouch. She tried to stay strong. In her words, what people think of you is none of your business. But, come on, that's not how humans work, especially performers. She felt it. And the worse the feedback got, the more cracks started showing in her personal life too. Katy said this album came from a real shift in her life. She tapped into her divine feminine energy. Sounds powerful, right? And then she collaborated with Dr. Luke. Yeah, that Dr. Luke. The one accused by Kesha of abuse. The guy whose name makes headlines for all the wrong reasons. So, quick question. How are you gonna build a feminist anthem with that guy cashing the checks? While Katy's out here doing damage control mid-tour, Orlando Bloom, he's looking suspiciously free. He showed up solo at a film premiere. He looked unbothered on Jimmy Fallon. And when asked about his dog, he said, "He's my emotional support animal. I'm very emotional right now." Sir, that's either vulnerability or a low-key breakup confession in dog form. Sources told Page Six he's been out and about more often without Katy. During a recent concert, Katy pointed to a fan and snapped, "If you keep DMing my man, I'll have you removed." The crowd laughed, but it didn't sound like a joke. She was performing, "I'm his, he's mine," but you could feel the tension bleeding through the lyrics. It felt a little too personal, a little too real. Katy has always given alpha energy. She's the boss, the icon, the I got this girl. But recently she dropped the act. "I do need help. I do have needs," she admitted. And honestly, that hit harder than any tour review. Because the strongest people break too. They just do it privately, until they can't. She said when she crumbles, Orlando usually steps in, but lately he hasn't. He's not anchoring, he's drifting. Okay? Here's the twist nobody saw coming. It might not be completely over. Sources told people that Katy and Orlando both know they need to fix things, and apparently they want to. They just haven't had the time to sit down and actually do it. All right, that's it for this one. Please like and subscribe for more video just like this. Thanks for watching.